Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you, but before we get into that, I just want to apologize for my voice. If my voice is cracking or anything like that, I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold right now, so my voice is really starting to go away. So I apologize for that up front, but let's get right into this. We're going to be talking about Viktor Orban, this gentleman here on your screen. He is the Hungarian Prime Minister, okay, the Prime Minister of Hungary. And he's recently come out on Hungarian state media, and he basically told everybody that if Donald Trump is elected, that he will not give a single penny to the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, and I think that's very obvious. I think most people know that Trump has come out many times and said that he'll put an end to the war. That's going to be the number one way you do it, is stop funding it. Okay, and more than likely, what would happen here is that Ukraine would have to surrender more than likely to Russia. It's probably what would happen here, because Russia obviously is not going to pull their troops out of Ukraine. They want to take Ukraine. That's been very clear from the very beginning. And he's basically warning here that the war will end, and it's obvious that Ukraine cannot stand on its own feet. That's what he said here. So very scary to think about, because the election is what, just about, like, I don't know, eight or so months, 8 or 9 months away from November. And if Donald Trump does get in, I really think that he will do something to try to put a stop to this war, even if that means that Ukraine has to surrender. Okay, and the easiest way for him to do that would be to stop funding this war. Okay, and obviously the United States has a lot of money issues right now, a lot of budget issues, and he's not going to be for throwing a bunch of money at this war. And he's also what many would consider like a man of peace. Okay, during his administration, we weren't really at any wars or anything like that. And then right when Biden got into office, now we've got wars breaking out all over the place. So I would agree with that to an extent. So let's get right into this. I have an article here for you. We'll get this up on the screen. And this is from Politico. And it says Donald Trump won't give a penny to Ukraine if elected, Orban says. Donald Trump will totally stop funding Ukraine if he wins the U.S. election in November, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said following a meeting between the right-wing figureheads. He will not give a penny in the Ukraine-Russia war, Orban told Hungarian state media Sunday. Therefore, the war will end because it is obvious that Ukraine cannot stand on its own feet. The longtime allies met last Friday at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, a summit which was lambasted by U.S. President Joe Biden. In an interview following the meeting, during which Trump and Orban discussed a wide range of issues, the Hungarian Prime Minister praised the Republican frontrunner as a man of peace who would bring an end to the all-out war in Ukraine, which Russian President Vladimir Putin has been waging since February 2022. If the Americans don't give money and weapons along with the Europeans, the war is over, he said. And if the Americans don't give the money, the Europeans alone can't finance this war, and then the war is over. I would completely agree with that statement. Definitely, if the Americans don't give them money, they can't finance this war. And if the Europeans have to do it alone, which they're doing that right now, Ukraine will basically fall. Okay, we're already seeing that right now, and now we're getting lots of warnings here that there's already NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine. And I think that that's exactly where this was going to go at some point, is when Ukraine really started to fall here and they couldn't maintain this fight no more without the support from the West. Now we're going to have to put troops on the ground. And I think that's why this Steadfast 2024 Defender exercise, a major NATO exercise, is going on right now, because they're preparing, they're preparing to go to war with Russia. And there's been lots of reports coming out from this too, that we could be going to war with Russia in the next 5 to 8 years. But I think it's very possible it could be a lot sooner than that, okay? And then if you take what Viktor Orban is saying here into account, there's a very big possibility that we could be at war with Russia by the end of the year, okay? Very big possibility. All right. So Trump, a confirmed NATO skeptic, is dominating the Republican presidential primary and currently leads Democratic incumbent Biden in polls across several key swing states. According to Orban, Trump has a detailed plan to end the war in Ukraine, which marries with Hungary's interests. Orban, who has maintained contact with Putin amid Russia's full scale invasion, has repeatedly said he is opposed to sending more money and weapons to Kiev. The Hungarian Prime Minister also recently endorsed Trump's bid to return to the White House this year, solidifying a years long bromance. So, there's a very big possibility that Trump is going to come back to the White House this year. Will it happen? We don't know. Could it be Biden again? Yeah, possibly it could be Biden again. It all depends on who wins here. We don't know who's going to win yet, right? But it's projected that Trump is going to win and become the president again in the United States. And if this happens, it's obviously going to affect this war in Ukraine. Okay, it's going to affect it. And again, the United States and the European Union has put so much money into this war. Okay, they've dumped billions and billions of dollars into this war. This war obviously means something to them. Okay, so I think that what we're going to see here is if they are no longer able to finance this war, which that's happening right now, it's going to be NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine, and we already have warnings from that. I just put out a video on that just this morning that NATO member Poland, the foreign minister of Poland, came out and said that yes, there's already NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine, and there's multiple countries that are already involved in this. Okay, so think about that. This is really big news here, and this is really building up to something very big here. And what this is building up to, in my opinion, is war between NATO and Russia. Okay, let me know what you think down below. Comment below your thoughts. But that's just my opinion. That's what I think this is leading up to. And I think there's a very big possibility. Will we know if it'll happen? We don't know yet, obviously, right? But I think there's a very big possibility that by the end of the year, this could turn into a war between NATO and Russia very easily. Okay? And will these countries start to push for that? It's a very big possibility too, just because if they know that Trump is coming back into the White House, wouldn't they want to start this war now? Before he gets in, before he could prevent it from happening or whatever it might be, because obviously everybody has different goals here, okay? So if the goal here is to completely defend Ukraine from falling, wouldn't they want to start that war right now and not wait till later until Trump gets in to basically wreck the plans of protecting Ukraine? So think about that. If there's a lot at stake here and a lot could happen. So comment below your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. And if you enjoyed this update, please smash the like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next video. Everybody take care and God bless. See you in the next one.